How do I convince you that you're awesome? I spend a great deal of effort trying to figure out how do I get you to understand that you're awesome. And before you click on something else, which you have a high tendency to, I want you to know that you have unbelievable potential. And it makes me really nervous and anxious to actually talk about this kind of stuff, because the stuff that only seems to resonate with you is going down dark and deep tunnels. And I wish I can convince you that you're pretty awesome and that you have a whole bunch of potential. I wish that I don't have to do these challenging moments and to address these very difficult things. Last week, I talked about how I was writing a research paper and I felt like I wanted to vomit. And I want to convince you that every day that you go through and you do something, that it is challenging. And any large project that you work on, anything in life there's not going to be every day is going to be fun, and not every day is going to be perfect. But what I wish for you to see out of this reciprocity project, as I'm building this platform, this sort of writing platform, is I want you to see that none of it is easy. And I want to normalize this as much as I possibly can. Here's this person that, I'm a professor of business. I'm supposed to have everything together, but I don't. And it's challenging. I get up every day and I try to figure out, how do I actually convince you and let you know that you're an incredible human being, no matter what happens to you. And the goal is not to have something happen quickly. The goal is not to have something just work out for you. The goal is to get up and to work at something, to realize every day is challenging. Every day you might have to work on something more than you'd ever imagine. Every day you're going to have to do a lot more explaining about yourself than you would like. Every day it requires you to actively manage and understand where you're coming from. And I don't know how to convince you. I don't know how to capture that you have this potential, that you could do this, that it just requires you to get up and to take that step forward and to keep going, no matter how things feel. I want you to know that even though that I felt like vomiting after writing that research paper that I've written so many times and I've reiterated, that I got back up and I did it again. And I'll do the same thing tomorrow. There'll be days where I just don't want to do it, but I get back up and I do it. And I get back up and I want to work on something, even though it doesn't feel good in the moment. You get back up and you keep working at it. You don't quit at that thing. You turn it into something. I want you to know that even though, yes, I'm this sort of highfalutin professor, I don't have a friggin' clue what I'm doing. I have many down moments, but I get back up and I try. And there are days that nothing seems to be working, but I get back up and I try and I do it again and I do it again and I do it again. And ultimately my goal is to get you to realize that that's what you do. You get back up, you try. You get back up, you try. Today's not going to be your day, but you get back up and you try again. You actually put in the effort every single day, regardless of what's going on. And when something is not going right and it's not feeling right, you find somebody or something to draw inspiration from and to help with who you are. And I wish more people would get this message, but man, it is hard to get this message out there. I have to be so negative and I have to talk about really not so fun things, but I wish I can give you that inspiration so that you could pick it up and you can say, hey, I'm doing okay. Hey, today's not a great day for me, but you know what? That doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that I get up and I do it again and I do it again and I do it again. And yes, I've got no time for this, but I get back up and I do it again. And I just wish you would know, no matter how many times you do something, you get better at it. You do. But it never feels like you get better at it. It never feels the way that the sort of movie story tells you. It never feels like it is a good moment. It feels just as hard as when you start. And I want you to take this away and think about it. It's always going to feel difficult. It's always going to be challenging. There's nothing that you could do that will make it feel easier. The only thing you could do is get back up. Try again. If you're having a deep, dark moment, look for somebody to get some help. Just get back up every single day. Keep working at it. Every day is a challenge. And I want you to understand that it never feels better, never gets easier, but you get back up and you try. I wish you can learn this. I wish that this would sink in, and I hope it does for a few people. And if it does, pass on the message. Pass it on. More people need to know this, that how you do this, you get back up and you do it again. You smile a little bit, you get back up and you do it again. And if things are not going right, figure out a way to make it go right. Figure it out every day. That's it.